Vanessa Goldine with Bridge to Health Wellness and the Awakening Involved Learning Center. And I'm here today interviewing my client, Hilary Brogdon. And we're going to talk a little bit about her journey with me. So you have not yet met the Wileys, in particular Amy, who has referred her entire family, very much like Lily, who you have met. And so Hilary is the sister of Amy.
Hello.
And we have interacted previous to this. We had known each other, but she got to a certain point where she was in a crisis. And so Amy said, "You have to help my sister." And so it was over a weekend. So we did an emergency wellness support.
Yes, we did.
And you had been, so tell us just briefly what was happening with your gallbladder.
Oh, well, I ended up in the hospital. One Saturday night, I was getting ready for bed and I felt this twisting pain right in the middle of my abdomen and I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe I was having a heart attack. And stoic as I am, I tried to sleep through the night.
I'm gonna be fine.
I'll be fine. Next day, my husband's trying to take care of me. He's scared. I'm scared. We don't know what's going on. We call the ambulance, they come.
Because it could have been appendicitis, it could have been a ruptured anything.
Yep.
Right?
I didn't know.
Gallbladder.
Yep.
Could have been a ruptured gallbladder.
I figured they'd say it was just gas, but
Could have happened.
So go to the hospital, they do all the workup. I've got crazy high liver numbers. They were sure that I had some sort of hepatitis or something and all the different tests and everything. And they came back and said I had some gallstones that had come out and were blocking the duct. They wanted to clean that out. They wanted to take the gallbladder.
Yeah, they wanted to do surgery.
Yes.
That's what Vanessa. They wanted to do surgery.
I said, "Is there anything I can do to help heal my gallbladder or to make the gallstones smaller, anything like that?" And the surgeon laughed at me. And he said, "What?"
Yeah, we are laughing at him.
Yeah. And that made me so frustrated and angry. And I said, "Well, you guys can clean out the duct, but I want to work on trying to keep my gallbladder." And he said, "Okay, you'll be back here very, very soon though, and it'll probably be an emergency situation."
Right.
And I said, "Okay, I understand." Got through out of the hospital.
Now, I just want to stop for a moment and say, that's very brave.
Yeah, I was terrified.
That's very brave.
Yeah.
Most people are not brave enough to say, "I want to take responsibility for this and see what I can do with it." So
yeah. So
she got that all on her own. Yeah.
So got out of the hospital and had been talking with my sister who had been texting you and you were telling her what to tell me.
Right.
And within, I don't know, maybe less than a week, it was probably just a couple days after getting out of the hospital, we were doing the call and we were talking. And I think it was probably within the week that
it was actually, her memory now here's a little foggy. It was actually that weekend.
Okay.
And I said, "So what we're going to do is on Monday, I will have pulled together a protocol for you and I will have something that you can start doing right away." And then we went on that journey and we just did that. And she came in and had some colonic sessions and some chin and song sessions, which she really liked. And she paid attention and she was willing to let her body speak to her and guide her through a healing process.
And it wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't easy. She worked at it. And then there were also some elements of, emotions, because the gallbladder and the liver, a lot of emotions are packed in there. And when I said, sometimes the gallbladder and the liver issues are about, deep-seated resentments, and immediately, the tears start. Because we accumulate this stuff. It's not that we say, "I'm going to resent so-and-so," or "I'm going to resent this circumstance for the rest of my life." It isn't like that. It's just, this was something that was hard, and I don't like that it happened. I've never heard one kid yet who had somebody hit them or be mean to them or have something that's confusing to them say, "Gosh, I really like that being confused. I love it when somebody hits me. It feels so good." Nobody ever said that. And so when our life is challenging and when we're young and we don't have the coping skills, we don't have a logical brain that can say, "Well, they didn't mean to." We just have a visceral body that says, "Oh, this hurts. I don't like it."
Yeah.
And that energy gets stuck. And it often will manifest, especially resentments, in the liver and the gallbladder. The body's energetic. I had a client for years who had, I had a design client, and for years, this woman had recurring bladder infections. And this is back in the 1950s. And when she went to her doctor, he said, when are you going to get a divorce? And she looked at him like, and he said, you're obviously pissed off at somebody. It's probably your husband.
Wow.
A number of years later, they did get a divorce, and she never had another bladder infection after that. So the body as a storehouse for things like that. So that's all about that. And so then you are also just very much a self-starter. And so you were able to explore. You trust me.
Okay.
I work with all kinds of people. I know a self-starter. I keep telling her. She doesn't know how great she is. But I keep telling her that most people are not brave enough to say, I'm going to really tackle this. And so once I got you going, you've pretty much been able to maintain. And recently you discovered where your limit is, getting a little out of a protocol that's helpful for you. And to, you know, I mean, but that's life. You had graduations, you had parties. You had, and that's the way it is. It's not like we get fixed. We have this wonderful thing that we learned and we did, and then we're always going to be perfect. The whole process is about finding where the edge is. And it's important that we're not always being in control. We're not always being moderate. It's important to kick your feet up. It's important to get a little drunk every once in a while, or, you know, sleep too much or not sleep enough, whatever it is.
Well, the journey this past year has been trying to figure out what was going on. Was it really my gallbladder? Was it something else? And, you know, so what foods can I eat? Because I had already changed my eating lifestyle prior to that. We had, my husband and I both lost a significant amount of weight.
Oh, and that brings me to an important point. Oftentimes with losing a significant amount of weight, the gallbladder will get congested. Doesn't necessarily have to do anything with emotions trapped in there. You are kicking a lot of stuff out.
So I had already changed my eating habits to what somebody would say you shouldn't be eating all these things for your gallbladder. I had already stopped eating those. So that's where I was kind of confused.
And that was really the beginning of your transformation because they moved here from Michigan. And I mean, you guys look completely different.
We do.
Than when you moved. Yes, you do. Oh, yeah, they really do. Like they really, that's why I say she's more powerful than she knows she is, because the average person will not get this far. And it's been how long now?
It's been two and a half years almost.
2.5 years. And how many pounds did you lose altogether?
I've lost about 55 and my husband was close to 100.
How many people do you know who did that and are still there? Of course, they play pickleball like maniacs.
All the time.
I want to learn. I
all
want
the
to play
time.
pickleball.
I mean, you have to come out.
I do. I will. I promise.
Absolutely.
I'm on my way. Since I get done building my teaching thing, I'll be on my way.
It's frustrating, but it's really fun.
It's kind of like, is it kind of like golfing? Like,
yes,
get it really good sometimes, and then
the other night I was about to quit, never play again.
I hate this game.
And then yesterday it was like, you know, it's not so bad. So you never know.
But
hilarious. So I changed that. Really had tried to dial in the food, and was taking supplements and really trying to castor oil packs and all the different things.
The whole, like, very holistically. You have to do multiple different things.
And
get the circulation going.
Randomly,
blah, blah, blah.
I would still kind of have what I was calling an attack. I don't
little
really know,
flare.
A flare. And I realized into it, it was less about what I was eating and more about what I was feeling. And it was coming.
Awareness.
And having a session with you, and I would come home and I'd kind of start to feel that. Or I was on the airplane one time.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't even remember why that was, but I felt it. And I had
traveling will just do that to you.
I had some of the tinctures that you had been giving me, and I took that. I was just trying to breathe. My husband woke up next to me. He saw me just breathing. He was, "Are you okay?" I said, I will be. I trust that I will be. It's huge. So, and then at the beginning of the year, I did a whole nother thing with food and trying to do an elimination diet. And that's helped a lot. But yeah, I kind of got out of it. This past month has been, you know, it's so easy to let the cupcake.
Summer. It's summer.
The this or that or whatever.
Yeah,
so
brownies. Ice cream.
But it's so over a year later, I still have my gallbladder.
Yes. You should write a letter to the doctor.
Okay. I wish I knew his name. I don't even remember his name.
Well, I'm sure we could find out.
That's true.
We should send him this video.
Yeah.
Or
but
her.
I feel
could be a her.
Yeah, I'm much more aware of what's going on in my gut, and if I'm starting to have even the hint of that flare,
Right.
you know, I can take some of the extra homeopathic tinctures,
Right.
and I can
things to support.
go and I can breathe, and
It becomes a little sounding bell for you. I tell people, don't hate that your body makes symptoms. We all tend to have symptoms that sort of repeat in a cycle in a certain area, wherever we're genetically weak, whatever our thing is. I tend to spaz out. Spazzing is my thing. And so when I decide, literally, it is my thing. Not my thing, but it is what my body does. And so when you start to get that little inkling of a symptom, it's your early warning system. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean that you've failed. It just means, oh, your body's saying you've reached the edge.
Yep.
There'll be dragons.
Caution.
There'll be dragons after here. And so then you go, oh yeah, okay, maybe I won't eat so many cupcakes this week, or maybe I won't have, whatever it is. So that's powerful. That's us. We're out. Thank you so much, Hilary. I really appreciate you sharing with everybody and all of you people. I'm getting ready to launch Learn and Heal, taking the message that you can learn to heal anything, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, mental. If you learn how to heal your gallbladder, you can heal anything. Yes.